Welcome back to my channel, everybody. My name is CringeyJesse, and this is the season finale of the first season of my Formula 123 My Career mode. And as we start our first lap of Q1, just going to look at a few things. One, I said in a couple of videos that if the glitch thing was still a thing, we were just going to restart. But not restart. It's still going to be Season 2. However, we're just starting a new save. But the contracts did end before Abu Dhabi, and new contracts have been handed out. And as we look here, Fernando Alonso with Aston Martin has retired before Abu Dhabi. So he is gone. Kevin Magnussen, as you look down there at P13, Kevin Magnussen moves to Williams Racing. Valtteri Bottas moves to Aston Martin. And out of the top 13, that's it. Let's go on to the bottom half, where we see that Nico Hülkenberg has moved to Alfa Romeo. Lance Stroll has moved to Haas. And then Ayumu Iwasa is back in Formula 1, now racing for Haas alongside Lance Stroll. So now we are going back to the end of a Q1. It is once again the only lap that we did for Q1. It was good enough. It was a 123.1, good enough for P1, and it was good enough to stay at P1. Q2, we did the same thing that we usually normally do. We go out on old sauce first, was good enough for P7, so we go back out there on fresh tires in hopes to do better. But unfortunately, we did not do better at all. We crossed the line. We was P7 to start it, and we're still P7. That's good. That means no one behind us improved to knock us out. So we go into Q3, trying it one more time. I don't know if we should have, but we went out on the old sauce to get a little bit of track acclimation. And so far, we're good enough for P9, hoping to improve. But as you saw in the first turn, we already kind of messed up, almost half a second slower than before. However, we did improve near the end, being 3/10, 4/10, almost 5/10 better. So I'm assuming we moved up at least one, maybe two. Okay, so we're still P9. We're P9. I'm going to assume still in front of Ayumu Iwasa, who's probably out looking for revenge because I fired him for Jamie Chadwick. And now look at him. He's like, look at you. You messed up. I'm in Q3. Where's your teammate? Anyway, here we are in Abu Dhabi for the final race of the very first silly season now, since new contracts have been handed out and retirements have been put in place here right before the race. So, like I had mentioned, I am going to start a new save for Season 2. It will still be in the books as Season 2 here on YouTube. However, it might still say Season 1 or 2023. I don't know. Does the year go up after each season? We'll figure that out. Here is your starting grid for Abu Dhabi. Pole, Sergio Perez with Lewis Hamilton in second. Both of these drivers very devastated that there is no shot at winning the championship no more. We have Sainz and Russell, Ocon and Leclerc, Verstappen all the way back in P7, Gasly, myself P9, Ayumu Iwasa up, P10, Norris, Albon, Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda, Lance Stroll with Haas, Guan Yu Zhou, Oscar Piastri, Jamie Chadwick up in P18, Nico Hülkenberg, Logan Sargent, Kevin Magnussen, and Nick DeVries. And even though Nico Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen have new teams, they're still in the back. They are still in the back, which is absolutely wild. Here we are at the start of the race here in Abu Dhabi. 5 lights are red, 5 lights are gone, and away we go. Getting a good start, getting past Ocon, and then Leclerc, then Russell down into turn 1. We started P9, now we are P6, right behind Max Verstappen and Ocon. Did I say Ocon? I guess I meant Gasly. That's the person I passed earlier, not Ocon. My bad. Coming into, I believe, turn number 3, maybe 4. I don't know how they are counted. And we're just looking at the cars in front of me. Even though I have the best engine, I do have the best engine. It's literally right here. I have the best engine by a lot. So I'm assuming that means there's a lot more to it, as Lando Norris, coming up and around the outside here into the chicane, gets the move completed on me, and away he goes. Ocon gets passed by Max Verstappen. I'm down into P7, and we are here in lap number 2 as Ocon is going very slowly, and I get tapped and thrown into the wall by Charles Leclerc here, who is just a little too impatient to hit the brakes and slow down. It brings out a virtual safety car, but it also puts me dead last with no wing, so now I have to box and get a new wing, and by the time I get out of the pit lane, virtual safety car is over, and I am now 22 seconds behind Charles Leclerc, who is just up there chilling. But like I was saying, I'm going to assume there's more to speed, because if I have the best engine, I feel like I should have the best straight line speed. Moving up to lap number 7, you can see I'm now down 35 seconds, and even a little bit more because I just lost my wing. I was debating just retiring since it's the last race of the season, and it's a silly season as it is, but the safety car decides to come out, and it saves my I might retire option. So I go into the pits, get a new wing, put on some fresh medium tires. This safety car comes to an end. Nick DeVries holding me up, bro. Like, I'm 3 seconds behind Guan Yu Zhou and Magnussen. Homie's like going stupid slow. He's like gear number 3 trying to go into the pit lane. Like, bro, FIA, let me through. You already messed up by not getting the contracts right. Moving on up to lap number 12, you can see Oscar Piastri and Guan Yu Zhou over here fighting each other for position, coming through the chicanes, which is going to help me out because by the end of the chicanes, right on by I go. And the rest of the crowd right in front of me, there's still a chance for points in this race. All I got to do now is catch up to Magnussen and Sargent, who's with Aston Martin. I guess I did forget to mention that earlier. Logan Sargent is racing for Aston Martin. He replaced Fernando Alonso, I guess. Lap number 13, there's a yellow flag out as Guan Yu Zhou tried to pass me. Alexander Albon facing the wrong way in the middle of the chicane. Safety car is out, and there's another car retired on the other side of the road. I believe that was Carlos Sainz. Coming to the end of that one, we're now lap 15, lap 16, about 5 more laps to go. Speaking of lap 16, P16, Kevin Magnussen is right in front of me. He is driving the Williams, and Logan Sargent is still in front of him, as they are our next targets. Maybe we can get a dive up here if I can get up there fast enough. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. But I get dumped off anyway. It is Oscar Piastri, who is helping his teammate Lando Norris secure the rivalry battle. So, yeah, maybe I should have just went ahead and retired earlier in the race, but I wanted points. Gosh dang it. Anyway, you're finishing your results for the last race here in Season 1 here in Abu Dhabi. Max Verstappen does win the race. Oh, my flippin' Jesus, if my phone don't shut up. Max Verstappen wins the race. Sergio Perez coming in a second. So it's a Red Bull P1, P2, and a Mercedes P3, P4 as Lewis Hamilton gets 3rd place. George Russell gets 4th. Lando Norris P5. He will win that rivalry over me. Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly P6, P7. Charles Leclerc, Valtteri Bottas with Aston Martin getting P9 points, and Ayumu Iwasa helping Haas get points over his other Japanese driver, Yuki Tsunoda, P11, who's still with AlphaTauri. And coming to your constructor standings results for the end of Season 1, as predicted, Red Bull will win your constructor standings championship. Ferrari in 2nd, Mercedes in 3rd, Aston Martin gets 4th, even though the 2 people that helped them get there isn't going to finish the season with them. Alpine in 5th, McLaren in 6th, CringeyJesse in 7th. Top of the leaderboards of those with double digits, those without triple digits. P7, we beat our goal of P8. Has P8. Alfa Romeo is P9. AlphaTauri P10. Williams Racing, still the only team with single digits at the end of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your Abu Dhabi weekend. That is the end of Season 1. Season 1, Formula 123, My Career has come to an end. Season 2 is on its way. But don't just go ahead and ignore all these move changes, because I'm going to start a new save, because I'm not doing that. That just doesn't seem right. Even if it does stay over in the next season, if someone is leading the championship and decides to retire at the end of the year and they retire and they lose because of that retirement, it's whack, you know? So we're going to start a new save. My car has, near the end, been fighting with the top 5. With me driving it, at least. So I'm not going to be a newcomer next season, because I was a newcomer this season, you know. However, I am going to bump that AI level up to triple digits, and I will have proof of that the next video of season 2. I'm going to try to keep everything the same. I'm going to try to be able to keep my teammate, because we did re-sign her. However, all the other teams are going to go back to normal, as you will see. Fernando Alonso back with Aston Martin, along with Lance Stroll. Hulkenberg and Magnussen will be back with Haas. All of that fun stuff. Anyway, we'll explain more at the beginning of the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you can't wait for Season 2 to start, hit that subscribe button. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And until the next video comes out, goodbye.